Folks, we're back on the Mana Symbol channel. We're going to play a little bit of these Faithless Brewing-inspired Satoru decks for the Pioneer format. In this case, we're only playing 2 copies of Satoru in this wonderful little Esper construction. So for a while, Raffine, Scheming Seer, has been a very solid card in the standard format. This encourages a small creature strategy, kind of a tempo strategy that is able to take advantage of these connive X. So X, where X is the number of attacking creatures, your creatures are going to continuously grow. Of course, there's certain types of creatures, like creatures with lifelink, that are most benefited by that. So Raffine kind of encourages this kind of tempo strategy that's kind of Esper's, bread and butter a lot of time when it isn't being hard control. So what are we combining that with here? Well, we've got 4 Forsaken Miners, 4 Bloodsoaked Champions. Bloodsoaked Champion, of course, returns from the battlefield if you've attacked this turn and you play 1 in a black. Forsaken Miner is a newer card. Whenever you commit a crime, you may pay a single black mana. If you do, it returns Forsaken Miner from your graveyard to the battlefield. And both of these cards will trigger Satoru the Infiltrator, which will give you a free card draw in that case. So anytime we commit crimes or anytime we have this guy in the graveyard and we've attacked, which is going to be fairly easy, we get to do that. So, and of course, Satoru having Menace pairing up with the extra counters from Raffine is just Jim Dandy. We've got some fun ofs here. We've got Gifted Aetherborn is just like a really great creature to pick up counters from Raffine. We've got Tenacious Underdog, which can be pitched into the graveyard and then come back over and over and over again for good value. And of course, the Forsaken Miner and the Bloodsoaked Champion could be discarded with Raffine and then brought back for extra value. So it's as kind of a soft synergy with Satoru in this deck, but since we're playing Esper anyway, this is kind of the spiritual successor in terms of build to the mono black aggro decks with Smuggler's Copter that used to be very popular and powerful. And then of course we've got the good black sideboard tools. So that'll give us game against Phoenix and a lot of the other most popular decks in the metagame. So we're going to try this out here on our wonderful Daybreak account. Alrighty, on the play in our first match. Not an acceptable opening draw. Much more acceptable second draw. I can't really tell if I want to hold on to this Graveyard Trespasser or not without the third land. Obviously, Forsaken Miner, Deep-Cavern Bat. I mean, we've got an amount of hand disruption. We've got an amount of creature killing. And I think we'll just be okay to ditch the Graveyard Trespasser and make our way forward without it. Smuggler's Copter being crewed by Deep-Cavern Bat. This card is just silly. I have not played with Smuggler's Copter enough, but this card is ridiculous. Oh, we're against probably Niv to Light. Well, that's going to be a whole thing. But luckily, it's not really likely to be a whole thing on turn 2, so we can get a little smashy here. Hey, Zach, why did the old man fall down the well? Because age causes a deterioration in your motor skills. Because he couldn't see that well. Well said. Caw! Oh my. All right. So consecrate, consume creature with the greatest power. So that's gonna kill probably my smuggler's copter if I leave that. Vanishing Verse is just gonna get one of my creatures. That's fine. They do have untapped mana for next turn. They got green, red. So probably. Thing is, I'm not really worried about this Kalitas unless they can actually start killing other stuff. Escape to the Wilds is obviously the most. I think I have to take the Vanishing Verse and then find another bit of hand disruption before they can remove it. Okay, crew. I got him on a fast clock here, which is great. I've got a fast clock. Gonna kill the crap out of you. Draw. Yes, I will discard one of these lands. Will I? No. Yes. No. Yes. No. Because they've got a Kalitas that's coming in here. But I don't want to give them the acceleration. Fatal Push kills basically nothing in their deck. So let's just toss that. End of combat. Play Watery Grave. Go. I'm hitting number 5 a turn, so if I can find some of my Thoughtseizes or another Deep-Cavern Bat, I might be in good shape. I guess Kalitas gaining 2 life a turn is not concerning, but they have enough mana to play Kalitas this turn and then Consecrate Consume next turn. And they gain life equal to its power, woof. So I gotta find something. They can put a Fabled Passage into their own graveyard, but not, yeah. If they do it this turn, the land comes into play tapped, they can't play Kalitas, and the window where Kalitas triggers is not in a place where they can use that next turn. So they won't be able to accelerate this Escape to the Wilds out the way I've set things up. It's found a Sylvan Caryatid. Okay, well. It's gonna diffuse my beatdown by a small amount. Yeah. Well. Forsaken Miner cannot block, so might as well attack with it. No, I don't want a Darkslick Shores. Well, this is incredibly unfortunate. The Niv deck is defending itself somehow. Oh, they drew an Omnath and they have a Fabled Passage. Good lord. Well. But they're going main phase on this? Okay, that's something. Oh, they have 5 color. Or they're just going to play the Escape to the Wild, right? Oh, which lets them play an additional land? That's just going to ding me. I don't really care about that. The fact that it draws them like 5 cards, that's the scary part. They could play a Fabled Passage and then have another land fetch on my turn. So them top decking this Omnath was just about the worst, I guess. All right. Well. Yeah. All right. Oh, goodness. Oh, okay. Got it. Cool. Well, that's all right, because we had a bunch of main deck cards that are not great there. Although, it doesn't really seem like I have a great sideboard for this matchup. I think I want Knight of Dusk Shadow, although Blot Out also seems good. Are there more medium cards that I'm playing? I want these, I want these, I want these, I want this, I want this, I want this. Okay, so this is a 2-drop. It's better than Tenacious Underdog for this matchup, probably, because trying to outgrind them is not a viable strategy. Satoru seems mid in the matchup. Well, no, it's going to give me a lot of, like, I mean, theoretically, if I have it to, I mean, I guess it's, yeah, you're probably right, because it's not really the right type of card. Like, again, it's like a grinding card, and we're not going to outgrind Niv Mizzet. We just have to try to punch them. He does draw me into more discard, though. That's the thing. Keep having hands like this, though. Like, this is so close to being very reasonable, but it's not. Okay. Well, that was close. The thing is, I'm always going to have to draw into stuff. Like, the game is not... I can't kill people particularly fast with this deck, right? Okay, so we're just going to take the Clothis and the Omnath over the next couple turns. Can take the Omnath now, because Clothis is less dangerous. Like, I just don't think we could possibly kill them fast enough that we can't think about the game going longer. Hey, Badagaboosh. Yeah, discard into Copter and Raffine's pretty good. Okay, so if I play Raffine this turn, I'm letting them get Clothis into play. On the flip side, I've got a good discard. I'm not necessarily completely paralyzed. Like, I have to put the clock into play here, I think. The superior clock. I mean, you're not wrong, Shadowless. I just think this is gonna be a tough matchup. Like, they have just too many cards that are difficult to remove and incredibly powerful. But I can beat that one. No, I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming. That was a choice I made to leave this coming at me. That's nice. Right, but I can't, it's very difficult to steal games from this matchup because it's just so easy for them to top deck something powerful that just takes them way over the top, right? I don't know why I shocked that. I didn't need to. Like, that's what makes this matchup very difficult, is that they just, like, put together their colors in a way that I can't disrupt, and then they top deck a Bring to Light and crush me. And there really isn't anything I can do about that. And my clock is not fast enough to guarantee that I get through it. But this is the kind of situation we're looking for where, like, they really haven't drawn out anything. So this is a 2-power creature. These are 2-power creatures. I can turn the Knight of Dusk's Shadow into creature, or into +1/+1 counters on future turns, but it does turn off their life gain. That's pretty important. So Kalitas now doesn't gain them any life, which is a big deal if I'm trying to kill them. Jodion to hand. Okay, that's fine. I like this Connive 3 thing. I don't think life gain really matters to me, and I would like to make Knight of Dusk's Shadow Helix proof. If I keep my mana open, I can make Raffine indestructible if I have to. So what am I worried about here? Probably just worried about getting hit with a sweeper. That's the only thing that really matters, right? I mean, they're going to play Urian, and that is nowhere near good enough, right? They have 2 blockers. This has Menache. And if they don't block this, they just die to this. And then the other 2 are not big enough. All right. Let's put in the Bloodsoaked Champion. I'll hold on to this because I can turn it into a better card with the quadruple Connive. Are they going for mana? Yikes. I think if they draw Valky, though, it's not a problem. I'm assuming. Like, that's the only 7-drop that I would assume would be in any way relevant. They cycle. Okay, so they're just desperation mode. Okay, we get to go up a card here at the beginning. I think I'm fine though. No Sheoldred's Edict in our list is definitely painful here. I mean, Bitter Triumph's not bad. It just, we could never kill a Sylvan Caryatid with this deck list. It's not the biggest problem, but it is a thing. Standard. Oh no. No, Michael. We have no standards here. See, this is the kind of hand that sucks because I have no aggression. I'm also missing a color if I draw a Raffine. I think I'm supposed to keep this. They took a mulligan. I'm definitely going to keep this, but... Yeah, sorry, Mike. How you doing, buddy? What are you up to? I know you're not working at Face anymore, which is great. Okay, well, we got that color we needed. Are they on all lands? No, they're on all removal. So their next land is not coming in untapped. I mean, they could, but even if they do, they can't cast Vanishing Verse. So we'll take Leyline Binding with this one. Deep-Cavern will take Vanishing Verse, and then I'll Thoughtseize the Chunky Boy. Waterloo. The fact that this looks like a standard hand is the problem with standard now. I don't think that's a problem at all. And also, we are clearly playing Thoughtseize, right? Which is not in standard. I'm pretty sure I'm correct. So, I think at a glance, this looks like a standard deck. And I was aware of that, and I brought it up as a part of what this deck is doing. But at the same time, or why this deck might be reasonable, because the standard deck is very good. But if you're actually paying attention, it's like, well, it's not a standard deck because there's clearly non-standard cards. Oh. Asymmetrical nature of the power of Esper cards in standard. Got it. Do you have any ability to expound on the asymmetrical nature of standard Esper cards? Because I'm not really sure. I know Esper's a good deck. I've watched a tiny amount of standard. And it's funny because I would see people testing like different interesting decks and then just getting stomped on by Esper. Which it just seems like it's a good tempo deck, which happens from time to time in standard. So we're conniving 2 here. I don't think I'm gonna try to make the bat big enough. And I don't think I'm gonna pitch this Bitter Triumph. I want to hold on to that. So unfortunately we're not growing any of our creatures here. And I didn't hit a Bloodsoaked Champion or a Crime Guy. Sheoldred Bat, Caffeine, Graveyard Trespasser, 3 mana 2. Oh yeah, the vampire. Raffine. Got it. Yeah, and the fact that the mana is actually able to support it is shocking, right? Like, standard mana really shouldn't be able to support that reasonably, but it does. All right, what horrifying thing did they draw into? Looks like Niv or Bring to Light. Bring to Light. Yep. Sunfall. There's just nothing I can do about this. I'm just saying it's a good standard deck, Taylor Pratt. I have no idea about the actual stacking of it versus other standard decks. I just noticed when I was watching people doing PT testing, and I was only watching like 1 or 2 people, like it was just like sometimes nothing was on except for people streaming standard, that they would be testing interesting decks and then just get stomped on by Esper. And it wasn't by Esper doing anything interesting. They just like played a reasonable tempo hand and then the person died. Like sometimes they wouldn't even have a 1-drop. They just go like 2-drop, 3-drop, counterspell, and people died. All right, what did they draw? Break to Light, Toll's Mirror, Kolaghan's Command, Lightning Helix. All right, we're dead. Yeah, that's fine. This is the way you lose to this deck. They top decked a BTL and then they top decked another BTL into Niv. So it is what it is. I'm not gonna be worried about that. If we wanted to be able to beat them, we could have we could build the deck in a way which supported some disruption. Yeah, that's probably true, Shadowless, but I would say that if a card wants to be able to be competitive... So first of all, we're now on 3-year standards, right? 3 years of sets that contribute to a standard, which means decks are going to get lower to the ground and reasonable tempo decks are going to be better than they usually would be. But mono blue, that won the PT a while back was from... I never said the deck was overpowered at all. Mono Blue Tempo, which won a PT, was in less than 2 full years of Standard, and it just ended up being like a deck that came together really well in that period. Yeah. I think I'm supposed to lead on the Bloodsoaked Champion because I don't care if it dies. I guess if my Deep-Cavern Bat gets Thoughtseized, nah, because like most of the decks that are gonna Thoughtseize it, I'm not really afraid of. Yeah. Opponent mulled to 6, does not have a companion. Yeah, exactly, Taylor Pratt. It's like how Phoenix was like had the target on its back for the last for the Pioneer PT a little while back, but it still ended up with a good win rate, even though Vampires was teched out to beat it. Like Phoenix was still A+. Yeah, Sheoldred is ridiculous. I mean, Sheoldred's just a ridiculous Magic card. It just has so much closing power. It's ridiculous, right? Sheoldred is a multi-format all-star. It is way too powerful to be in a standard set, but that's just a thing that happens. Like, that is just a thing that happens in Magic. Sometimes cards end up in standard, and when... Yeah, like, when Sheoldred was spoiled, like, I remember on Faithless Brewing, they were like, this card sucks. It's a 4/5, no enter the battlefield trigger. Sure, it's 4 mana, it's very efficient, but cards like this just aren't playable. And it turns out, well, actually, in black, yes, they are. It's also the double... I don't know what the right term for what Sheoldred's trigger is. Is there a trigger that's like whenever you draw a card, lose 1 life? Hello, Kibirb. We'll go ahead and attack first. Yeah, Sheoldred would be worse than any other color. Well, every other color, but any other color. Let's go for the throat. Sure. No, but what's... There must be an old Magic effect that is what Sheoldred is. Not both halves, just the whenever your opponent draws a card, they lose 1 life. There has to be, right? Underworld Dreams? Is that... Yeah, it does 1, right? For triple black. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. That's... Yeah, my buddy built Underworld Dreams and Teferi's Puzzle Box when we were teens. But yeah, it's a... Double Underworld Dreams has never been a card, and it turns out it's probably way better than people thought it would be. Like, it just kills people at a rate that people were not prepared for. Opponent's mana base is not doing them any favors. I mean, they could have shocked in to play the Blood Tithe Harvester. They just didn't because they were greedy with their life total. Hilarious with Prosperity? Sure. This is a flyer. Do you want to block my recursive creature? That's fine. Do you realize my bat has flying? No, but it's been in standard multiple times, Carrion Lich. Underworld Dreams has been in standard a lot of times, and it's never been good. But then again, it's never been attached to a creature. And it's never been attached to a giant creature. And again, it's never been double. So it's like, it's just one of those things that was difficult to evaluate. And then on top of that, if you want to try to draw to an answer, you take more damage. Like it was just a confluence of factors that people weren't really prepared for. Okay. Go Team Delta Force. I don't know what Italian or a lithomantic is, but I assume you're correct. And I feel bad about it. Well, if you're talking about standard sets entering into legacy formats, Carrion, yeah, that was correct, right? And for legacy, it was like there would be one card that would add to legacy every like year of standard. My opponent asked me why they can't block. I said you should be able to block the Bloodsoaked. The bat has flying. It's flying in its art. My bat has flying. They finally find removal? Okay. They found a push, and then now they have a stomp. Ooh. This card is so broken. It's not broken. It's just very, very good. Crew 1 is completely obnoxious, right? That's not okay. It's not okay. It's really not okay. Look at this. Look at this crap. I guess I kill them? Here's my 6/6. Yeah, I've seen it, Shauna. I've seen it multiple times in people's list. Yeah, it's like Demonic Tutor. Like once you have like 6 lands, it's basically draw any card you want. And you get to tuck it away if you want. Like for 3 mana, you can just put it on layaway so that on a later turn you can figure out what you actually need. All right, so we're against red-black, so I want this card, and I want this card, and I probably want this card. I don't think there's anything else I want. I do think I want one less Thoughtseize, probably. Trespasser's definitely good. Satoru, this is what he was made for. I can't tell if I want Blot Out. Oh, obviously, I still have to cut more cards, but I feel like the only card I'm really worried about them playing is Fable, because it just generates a bunch of value that's like difficult to manage. I kind of want to cut all my Deep-Cavern Bats because it's just so easy for them to like draw a removal, kill the bat, take the removal, kill the next thing. So I think green red Genbu is the best version, but I do think that the mono red like the red deck wins Sly deck is also very good. And it just comes down to, do you want slightly more power or slightly more consistency? I would say that tournament results have proven that slightly more power, the green red deck, is the choice. But I think the mono red deck is also very good. Any Caipirinhas? No. Not today. No problem, Jinbu. And that's just my experience. I can't speak to how correct that is. But best of luck with that. Because this makes it really easy. This makes my sideboarding really easy. Needs more tiny bones. I would play one at maximum and probably in the sideboard, but yeah, we could do. I mean, I'm going to keep this hand. This is silly. Yeah, Tiny Bones needs something. It's you want 2. There. I'm not worried about their 2-drops. I'm not worried about getting Thoughtseize off my Thoughtseize, am I? Maybe I am. Oh, go blank. I'd rather grab the Graveyard Trespasser, I think. No, because I have a Blot Out for it. Yeah, we grab the go blank. Yeah, Satoru with Unearth and Snapcasters does sound fun. Is Sararak combo? I mean, it is a thing you can play, yes. I did see what's his name? Law 1-1 was testing a deck with that. No, it was the walls that let you what is it called? Delve into the dungeon? Explore the dungeon? Something in the dungeon. No, not initiative. The bad version of initiative. Venture into the dungeon. Oh, shoot. Well, there goes my Blot Out. Well, of course, Carrion Lich. And that's kind of classic Moto problems. My draw has been really spectacularly bad. Yeah, as someone who's played a lot of Urza combo, I like Urza combo. Pioneer actually, I think, has the sweeter set of utility lands, and they get a lot more use than Modern. That's my feeling. All right. So they can play Graveyard Trespasser here, but it's not going to gain them any life, so that's a big deal. On the other hand, I have no relevant plays. Oh, man, come on. What? Oh, they sacked the... Okay, that's fine. If this is how they want to get rid of my Bloodsoaked Champion by sacking their 2/3, I'll take it. I'll take it. Yeah, you got my Bloodsoaked Champion. Good job. I would love to draw a Satoru here. That's acceptable too. You know what? I accept your trade. Yeah, the Surveillance are sweet, and they are very playable in Pioneer. That's true, Mr. Rayab, although Spike at one point did make the mono red creativity deck with Chandra, and that was sweet because that got to play Dwarven Mine in Pioneer, which does not normally happen. One of my favorite things about Pioneer is people are so greedy with basics, though, that the mono black deck just like eats people alive so much. That's why I love playing coffers in Modern, and I love playing mono black in Pioneer because it's just so savage. Oh, please Thoughtseize me. No? Shoot. Are you talking about for Pioneer or for Modern? Because mono black coffers caught on multiple times in Modern, I thought. I thought that deck has been repeatedly great. All right, so I can't reasonably attack here. I'm gonna hold on to the Godless Shrine. I don't think I'll ever need 5 mana, and you showed it to me. Oh, are you talking about your? Do I want to attack here? I don't. Right, but there's no point in porting coffers to Pioneer when there's no coffers. If that's, I would say that's a fair take. Is that a fair take? I would say that's a fair take, Shauna. Don't try to make a deck happen that can't happen. I mean, if you want to port coffers, you can do it because there's what is it, Cabal thing? Cabal Stronghold? Is that the name of the card? There you go. You can play coffers in Pioneer if you want. Card wasn't good enough for Standard, but you know. Uh-oh. And then they're gonna sack the Harvester. I understand. Don't worry. I know why it's bad. I'm very well aware of why that card is bad. But then it's not coffers. Like you built a deck that isn't coffers. And if you want to build a deck that's not coffers, you can play Waste Not. It's a legal deck in this format that's very good at what it's trying to do. All right, I need a crime committing card. That's a crime. Thoughtseizing your opponent, that's a paddling. You keep saying MBC. Now I'm assuming you mean mono black control, but MBC is also mono black coffers. Like in Modern, it's mono black coffers. That's what MBC means because mono black control, like there's no, yeah, it's MBC, not MBC. That's unfortunate. All right. And then Modern, yeah, Modern also has a mono black mid range deck, which I think of as mono black scam, but it's like mono black mid range. But if you want to play coffers in Pioneer, you play the Waste Not deck. That will give you the feeling of playing coffers, in my opinion. No, coffers list is not mono black control. It's not a control deck. Coffers list is not mono black control. Unless you're talking about like trying to build coffers without coffers and not doing the Mengu version is the one people call MBC. I mean, this is just Waste Not without the Waste Nots, right? Yeah, it's like Waste Not without the Waste Not, which is totally reasonable. It might be very good. Good draw. But you played it before Waste Nots became popular. I mean, it's fine. Oh, no. Oh, that's fine. Do 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 ba do. 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 Okay. So gain 2. Bring all my dudes back. Satoru at any point would have been really nice, but I'll deal with this as it is so far. Well, that's the thing about Waste Not is like basically it's a card that just like hangs out in the deck and then synergizes with your mana base to be very annoying. Okay, these are good signs. They lost the Mutavault, that's a good sign. Gifted Aetherborn is just housing them right now. And we're in a great position to rip a Raffine off the top. Well, the thing is, Shauna, your deck had Sheoldreds, didn't it? Well. Ah, finally. No, no stomp, please. That's so bad. Getting close. I mean, I don't think the deck you built is bad, Shauna, but it's like Pillage the Bog and Waste Not. Is there anything else you could get from green? Because I feel like the problem with that idea is like one of the things that's so great about the mono black Waste Not deck is that it's mono black. It gets to play a lot of utility lands that are great. Pick Your Poison's not that good in Pioneer. Like, what are you going to kill that you're really excited to kill? I guess your opponent's Waste Nots give you the edge on the mirror. Oh, that's a tilt. Although they're at 4, they're really... If I top deck a Sheoldred, they are all kinds of dead. Oh no, it's night. Kill you? Nope. Just gonna keep drawing nothing, huh? Said I know. I wouldn't play Haywire Might in Pioneer. Yeah, there's definitely flyers, but I don't know. What is this? Alclazots? Well, that's a problem. Well, that's a pretty good draw, but unfortunately, I have to give them life if I want to draw a card here, but I guess I'll have to. I mean, I don't have to, but they're going to start attacking anyway, so... Green and Pioneer kind of sucks as a splash color. It's not great. It's not great. Oh, I should have played my land. They're going to get a bat. I'm going to say that it doesn't matter. It does, but I'm going to say that it doesn't. All right. Glissa Sunslayer. She's not as good as the Schism though. Preacher of the Schism. I think she's just not as good as Preacher of the Schism. That's the problem with that. And you don't want to play creatures and waste not. You're already playing all the creatures you want. It's like 1 Kaervek, 3 Sheoldreds, 1 Alclazats. I really don't think you're going to get a lot from playing more. Because this is not useful to me at all right now. Yeah, but at that point, you're not just splashing. Oh, I can't attack because now they have 2 creatures. Let's go game 3. No, Waste Nots never runs Sorin Vein Ripper, or at least not in my recollection. I'll be right back and then we'll do game 3 here. Abrupt Decay. Yeah, Abrupt Decay is okay, but again, it's one of those funny things where like, yeah, you get Abrupt Decay, but you were already playing Sheoldred's Edicts and Bitter Triumphs in basically any numbers that you wanted. Oh, this is such a good hand if we hit a second land. I mean, whatever you need, right, Shauna? But I guess spending 2 or 3 mana on it. Yeah, if you did play Black Green with Sorin and Vein Ripper, then you would maybe want the Pillage the Bog. But once you're playing Rock, you don't want to play Demonic Tutor because that's a combo card or a control card, but not a. It's not really a mid-range card. I am playing 24 lands. Suicide Keep, let's go. Oh, no. Well, my opponent kept a 6-card hand, essentially, so let's hope that that's relevant. Although that makes my Satoru a lot worse, and I have no way to remove that card. No, it's Pioneer, no keep. Well, I did keep, so we're just going to have to draw the lands to win. Thoughtseize. Oh, push. Okay, that's fine. Land. Yeah! That's what I'm talking about. Damn it. Goodbye, sweet prince. But you weren't going to do anything anyway, so. Literally can't trigger in the deck right now. And I have no way to remove this. But boy, do I have a lot of removal. Oh. Okay. Woo! Okay. Played a modern side event at a Pioneer 1K today and got a medal. The medal says Pioneer event. Would you prefer it said modern side event? No, Shauna, put away your torches. Get out of here. Let's draw a land and a Raffine. I mean, that's a land. Yeah, you really do, Shauna. I don't. I like Pioneers so much more than Pauper. It's ridiculous. And Legacy's fine. I like Legacy fine, but the problem is I can never get invested in Legacy because I'll never be able to play it in paper. Like, I like playing Proxy Legacy, and playing Legacy Online's fine, but it's just hard for me to feel invested. It's such a weird reasoning, too, because, like realistically, I don't play a lot of paper Magic in general, so it really doesn't... My opponent's trying to cast things. Did you find another Sheoldred? That'd be great. Takenuma. Okay. So they did find another Sheoldred. It's just very slow. But that's perfect because I have a Bitter Triumph that's going to kill it. Which they do know about. But that Bone Crusher Giant doesn't help them for nothing, so... Take the good card or take the not quite as good card. I like Modern too. I might even like it the best, but I also like Pioneer. Ain't nothing wrong with that, my friend. Like, Grixis control being so playable in Modern right now is hysterical. Cave Dan on the podcast was dying about it. He's like, you're saying words that make no sense. You're saying you registered Kolaghan's command and Cryptic command and you had a winning record? And it's like, yeah, 3 times. 3 times. Oh my god, and they also have the Sheoldred in their hand. Well, I mean... this causes me to lose life, but doesn't gain them any life. I'm leaving this one. The last Grixis League did end up ending as a 2-3. The one that I finished off stream. It was very, very close in the last. It was almost 3-2, but they're not blocking? You're crazy. This is gonna kill them before it kills me, right? Because I'm at 24. Like, beyond the fact that I'm just gonna kill them with aggro, like... They're gonna... Yeah. Unforced error. Hiya! Bat God Spree. What is Spree? There's a lot of Spree cards, unless there's a card that is called Spree that you combo with the Bat God. The real question is, will it all go to ass when Image 3 drops? I mean, it'll be fun. It'll certainly be. Yeah, this is a very speculative deck, Shauna, so I decided to. I've just been getting a lot of bad draws. Rush of Dread. Target opponent set. Wait, what? No, that's not a combo with Bat God. That's not a combo with Bat. I mean, it kind of, but like. No, Bat God has nothing to do with people losing life. Yeah, Bloodletter of Alclazots, yes. But Bloodletter of Alclazots is a terrible Magic card. Yeah, another one. That's not Bat God. It's a Bloodletter of the Bat God. But it's a one-turn kill. And that means it's good? Green. I got a good curve. I get to go Thoughtseize, Copter, Crew. What the hell? Oh, it's Lotus. Well, their hand sucks. I gotta take the Proctor. How much would it cost to have a collected company for CMC4? Is 5 too cheap? I mean, if it's an MH3, that would be reasonable, right? In MH3, you could print a collected company that costs 5 mana and gets 2 4-drops. 6 is too much, though. Hide in plain sight? Yeah, I mean, that's not... Yeah, you're right. Or... Is it called Hide in Plain Sight, or is it that Smuggler's something? Yeah, but you could... I guess you could just make it a sorcery, Shauna. Come on, sorcery speed collected company for 4-drops would be pretty good. Smuggler's Surprise is 8, but Coco's for any amount. Yeah, I guess so. That's a good draw. It's a very good draw. Yeah, I don't want that. That's fair. Unfortunately, I can't kill the Strict Proctor without them getting to play the Lotus Field. Right? Yeah. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Yep. Well... So at this point, it begs the question, is it worth Fatal pushing this? Yes? Okay. Well, they have 2 unknowns in the hand, so... Yeah. No, it's just that I can. Well, it doesn't stop my clock. It slightly reduces my clock, but like, I would still be able to attack for 5, which is what I'm doing right now anyway. No, I wouldn't. But the fatal push could turn into a discard spell, which would theoretically get them killed faster than. Anyway, it's not the point. It's fine. Yeah, no, but the point is that the fatal push can discard to Smuggler's Copter and get turned into a better card, right? Like the. Anyway. Yikes. Like, I still would have been in approximately the same position. I would just have one extra card to turn into other things, but it's fine. So if I draw Raffine, I'm one short of lethal. No, I could go. No, I can get lethal if I draw Raffine. Yikes. Bant version. Oh, you're talking. Yeah. Strict Proctor. Yeah, I don't know. I don't get it either. They Boseju'd one of my Copters. Brutal. I'm good. Yikes. Not what we're looking to draw there, huh? Yeah, this deck has really been kicking me in the teeth on the draw steps. It's been tough. We've had a lot of mulligans and we're playing a 24 land deck and it's been like a lot of 1 or 0 landers, which makes no sense, and a lot of draws like this where we just draw into nothing. I mean, 24 lands is a lot, but uh like we have so many rummaging effects. We should be okay, but we haven't been. And if your train's on time, you can get to work by 9. All right, they got another Boseiju coming, I'm assuming. Because I don't think they have a card draw land. The Otawara is in play. Oh, I missed what they went for. Reveals. Yeah, Boseiju. Got my Copter. Oh, boy. I mean... Yep. Oh, hold on. Yeah, exactly. Well, I was churning as fast as I could to find anything, and it just hasn't worked so far. So hopefully this hits something. Yeah, I literally had nothing in my graveyard for it to pick up, and we hit nothing. Great. No, that's what I was already doing, Big Monkey. But there's just I couldn't. There's already nothing I can do, and it's already not. Sorry, we're already failing. But it looks like they are too. Hiya? I got the omniscience out of their hand. They were 1 mana from casting that, so. Cast Vizier of Tumbling Sands. Hive was a good draw. Spars is a good draw for them. They got a lot of mana still. They're passing? Okay, so they tapped by accident. Well, that's the draw. So attacking with Hive, they can block and kill it, but then they take lethal. So what ends up happening is they go block, and then they take 3, and they block and kill a bunch of my stuff, and then I have to get it back, and yeah, we just play the Sheoldred. Here's my implacable death machine. You're dead if you don't solve this game right now. So good luck. Okay. She doesn't care about being placated. It's true. Uh-oh. Did they draw out? Uh-oh. Paying costs, not paying costs, paying costs, not paying costs. Dead. Got it. I respect it. I respect that. So get these out of here. Get these out of here. Pretty sure we cut the fatal. Well, yeah, push. Well, the problem is Dragon Party Podcast that they can just play the. They just play their Strict Proctor and then immediately play the Lotus Field, and it's like, yeah, I could push it in response, but they already got what they wanted. So the only reason to play Fatal Push is to remove the blocker, and that's not a very efficient use of a card. However, Gifted Aetherborn is not a great card, so let's play at least one. And I think this is the way I want to go. Graveyard Trespasser is kind of medium minus. The Cavern Bats might struggle here, though. Yeah, I think they're worth it because they play so few removal spells that it's essentially another Duress. It's like I'm playing 10 Duresses, which is great. Like I'm gonna keep this hand because it's got a Damping Sphere, but also like it's a reasonable deep down hand. But also, I have a ton of discard to draw into. And they mull to 6. Oh, well. Good thing I have this thing. I guess we're gonna have to kill him. Shauna. Both have 3 power, but the Copter gives me better draws. And I could discard the Tenacious Underdog to the Copter for kind of virtual card advantage. And then blitz it out. I don't want to ball because of this exact situation. Now they have a Lotus Field in play, and now we ball it, and they're like, "Oh, but and it's like, yeah, sorry, friend. This is why we didn't ball, because now they have 1 mana, 1 colorless mana, so they need to have an untapped green source and a Boseiju right now if they want to play through. That should be GG. I agree. And like, even if they draw out of this, now I play a Sheoldred, and it's like, I'm not sure what you're talking about, Shauna, but I'm gonna say yes. Do 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 do. Cool. Winning. Oh, I was gonna say, is this a joke? It seems like it's gonna be a joke. Excuse me. Yeah, that's as soon as I saw the. Man, we've gotten a lot of these draws. This is brutal. All right, well, there we go. Hopefully we're against an aggro deck here. I'm gonna pitch the bat. Yeah, this is pretty great, Shauna. I'm all about this. So I think I'd rather play the Aetherborn here than the Smuggler's Copter. Because with Raffine, if it starts picking up counters against the red deck, we're gonna end up being in a really, really, really mean place. Thank you so much for sharing the protest song, because I've never heard that before. That was great. I love that. Good parody. Quality parity. They got to like 3-for-1 it. Yeah, I mean, it certainly costs them a lot of mana. The best case scenario for them is that they have a monstrous rage. I guess I could connive onto the Raffine. Oh no, but no, it has to be an attacking creature, right? Anyway, perfect draw. I got a 3-power lifelinker, so I'm in good shape. What's your take on Proctor versus Grazer Lotus? I mean, I feel like I would just play Grazer Lotus. I don't like Lotus Field. I don't want to play Lotus Field. I don't want to get good at playing Lotus Field. Well, now I would block. Well, maybe not. I am gonna have to find some removal because this is too much. Homestead Courage. Well, I can block this one. Yeah, I can block this one. So they get to hit me for 4, but I get to block the 3/2. So that's great. This is a bad attack. There's no free spells in this format. We're good. Yeah, if they let the mana up. Yeah. Now the question is, do I attack with both to get the double connive? I feel like I should. They're down to 2 cards in hand. Even if both of them cantrip, that means they probably can only hit me for like 10, which I know is insane to say, but like, but if they're playing TBR, they can definitely kill me. But I think I'd rather go for the double connive here and just see what I draw into. I'm also going to gain probably, could be 5 life. Just come back tapped, it does, right? It doesn't. So that can crew a Smuggler's Copter. So that's big game. So let's go discard Copter Underdog. Gain 5. That's fine. I don't care about that. Yeah, I'm thinking of the other card they used to play. Yes. So they got the flashback on Homestead Courage. Yep. Yeah, I just wanted to gain the maximum amount of life, Taylor Pratt, but maybe that's... Yeah. Okay, they drew a land. That's good news. It's a, like, very high chance that they'll have a, Monstrous Rage here, but, like, it's only so much that we can do. Or some kind of bolt. I do get a loot here. This card is obscene. Witchstalker in the main deck? It's possible. I'll hold on to the Bloodsoaked Oh. Okay. Okay. 2, 3. So we were going to draw this for turn. I could loot both of those. It doesn't matter. All right. These things, this thing, this thing, these things? This other conniving on the wall. Oh, I guess I'm on DB mana symbol. Can we do that? It helps if you spell it right. There we go. I don't think so either, Sean. I thought the question was worth asking. Probably isn't. I will take some Duresses, I think, if I can find space for them. What did we lose to? Really terrible draws against Niv in the first round. And Niv, I think Niv will be a tough matchup for this deck. So I do not choose to be upset about that. It does seem really good, Big Monkey, but I think you are a dog against Niv. I think you could change the sideboard to include some copies of, like, what do I want to add? I guess it would be like, what's it called? Necromentia? Or you could add some like spell pierces or something similar to that if you want to like try to tempo them out. But again, the mana base doesn't really support like blue spells very well. Yeah, Underdog seems slow. Yeah, that's true. The reason I cut a Satoru is I just don't think that grind engine's worth it. But actually, Satoru's probably worth it more than like one Bloodsoaked Champion. Is Dark Ritual too strong for Modern? Yes, the answer is yes. They will not add Dark Ritual to Modern. You can count on that. You can count on what I'm saying here with that. Yeah, but it's not about playing tight, Big Monkey, because the only thing they need to beat us is like 5 lands in play, and then they just top deck and kill you. That's exactly what happened in both the games. It's like I had Thoughtseizes, I had bats, I disrupted them really well, and then they're like, oh, I have 5 lands and I drew Bring to Light, kill you. And it's like, oh, okay, well. Yeah, there's a lot of rituals on the Modern ban list that are banned. That's what I'm basing that on. Opponent mulls to 6. Black make black. Magecraft black. Too good. Do I like any combo in Pioneer? No. Although I do have a Satoru Vannifar deck that I would love to try. I don't like combo in most formats unless it has like a mid-range backup strategy. Like that's why I like Indomitable Creativity and what's the other deck? Grinding Station, Grinding Breach. Urza too good for Pioneer? Probably not. Like straight up Urza Lord High Artificer? No, it's probably not that good because the thing is the artifacts in Pioneer suck. I've tried to build artifact decks so many times. They're not good. That said, the Metalwork Colossus deck is now pretty good. It's always the second Virtuoso that gets you. But then again, we've got the second push, so I really shouldn't be. So mana inefficient. I really want to play Raffine. But it's... They missed a land drop. They can't kill me with 2 mana, right? Gotta do what you gotta do. I don't... I also like to live dangerously. Perfect. Perfect. Just kill the things and they can't win. Yeah, but I want to be fancy. Perhaps we should have left the push rather than play the 2-2. If they have creatures or mana efficient kill spell, they have no creatures. We're winning because their deck stopped functioning. The thing is, now, like, I don't think they're going to kill me here. Surely we block. It depends on how much mana they tap before combat. They're doing the Defiant Strike so they can hit a land. There are multiple things that they play in their deck where we will just not be allowed to block. So blocking is going to be more up to them than it is to me. Luckily, the things that make them unblockable also... Now we're just going to lose to protection spells, though? I don't think so. The Vigilance was not something I was counting on, but that's fine. So I will take 10. Good. Like that. Let's see what we're working with. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. GG? Chances are they only have one protection spell and they have 2 pump spells. That's the... Yeah. Come on. Hmm? Is my opponent in the grieving phase? It feels like my opponent's in the grieving phase. Yeah. Connive. Maybe I have removal. Maybe I don't. It was a punt to tap the black. But... They discarded a Curse of the Crimson Pulse. I guess they realized that they were dead too fast. Okay. Yeah, the bat is great. The only thing we lose to there is if they have double protection spell, but then they don't have enough damage to kill me. So, not super worried about it at that point. All right, looking like a 4-1. Take risks, people. Yeah, yeah. Played Spirits, go 0-3-1 in my RCQ. Well, Spirits is not... Did you play Mono Blue or Blue White or something else? But Spirits is not a super viable deck right now. What are you trying to... Blue White Midrange. What kind of deck are you trying to play right now? PKU all for life. Because this is... It's not like Spirits at all, but it's a creature aggro deck. I will say the next deck we're going to play seems like it could be in that wheelhouse. So stick around. Oh, Pummeler. Well, if you want to play those decks, you can play the green-red. You can play the green-red prowess deck. Okay, another Boris. Double Satoru draw. But I think... Well, no, First things first. Let's attack. Do not play Pummeler. I mean, I'm not saying play Pummeler. I'm saying play red-green. Red-green Prowess is Pummeler. No, Colossus is not the next deck. We've got a human Satoru deck. Blue-white. Well, it's essentially blue-white human splashing black for Satoru. So Spear. Bolt. No, so Spear. Space Spear. Okay. Well, this is a touch unfortunate. No. They only have one card that targets my creatures, so I guess I'll take that. Although if I take the Boros Charm, then they have to skewer the bat to get it back. Yeah, let's do that, because the bat's not doing anything for me right now. Play a tap land. Let's attack with Bloodsoaked Champion. It can't block anyway, and if they block and kill it, then I get to get it back, and I probably have a Satoru at that point to draw a card. So here they play, yeah, Kumano faces Kakazan, and then they can skewer for 1. And then Kraken for 9. Yeah, I'm with you, PKU all for life. It's just an unfortunate part of the format. They're killing my Satoru. Fair. I got to keep my lifelink creature. I'm okay with this. Ooh, okay. Like the draw. Like the way the draw is working out. Not cool. Not a fan of that draw. Jesus. Pew! Yeah, they're basically playing Modern, Burn, and Pioneer. That doesn't do much for me. So, yeah, I gotta leave some blockers back. Probably all the blockers back. Probably could have attacked with the bat, because they're gonna kill that anyway, and yeah, we're just not in a good spot here anyway. I'm dead no matter what, right? Yeah. I'm taking 9 no matter what. We're just dead. I mean, I could have blocked with the bat too, but then I lose everything and I die on the other side, so I'm not gonna worry about it. Now this is a no Thoughtseize matchup. So they both can't block. This costs more mana, but this is harder to trigger. Okay. Sure. Talking about spirits picking you all for life? Do we know about the upcoming standard releases? Do we have any information on what those are going to be? Because yeah, like, that would be how you know. Okay, so we take the Searing Blood here. Yeah. Red Wool. Yeah, Bloomborough? Yeah, not going to be a lot of spirits in that one. This Plaza's been a little unfortunate this game. Okay, no longer. Wow. It's been a pretty good draw against what they're doing. I don't even know if I should have played the Bloodsoaked Champion here. I guess I should. Oh boy. Well, now they can skewer my champion. Oh, they light up. Now they can still skewer my champion because they drew it to a land. Yeah. That's unfortunate. Oh, they're not. Oh, they're saving it for the slick shot. That's funny because I have another fatal push. Good. I think it's probably a commander card, right? PKU all for life. Oops. Slow down. No blockers. Okay. Yeah? Push. Triple push. Triple push and a bitter triumph. It's been a good draw for removal. You would have several $1,000s PKU all for life. But probably not more than that. Unless you're going to count multiple cards multiple different times. Like, oh, Pioneer or Commander made this card more expensive in 2012, and now it did it again in 2018. I don't think that one will last though, PKU All for Life, because that, I mean, the problem with Norrin is that it's just not a like frequently printed card. Ow. Like it's just not in a lot of sets. Jesus. And they still have the Stirring Blood here. Okay, well that's a really good draw. I'm gonna leave up both the Bloodsoaked Champions so that I can crew the Copter to block, even if they kill one of them at end step. I don't know what that means. Are you saying store championship? The store championship giveaway cards are only hollow one? The phrasing's just a little bit confusing. Oh, I see. Bat. Squirrel. Last card in your hand is... Okay. Oh! 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 That rules. Okay. So this is going to be live next turn. Let's try to draw into cards, because... Great. Awesome. Thank you so much, deck. Okay. Aha! Thank God. Man, without that Searing Blaze dis-synergy, non-bow, I think we'd be dead. But we're not. And I think I'm going to win because of it, which is just groovy. Uh-oh. Scry's one top. Okay, definitely dead, huh? Well, it depends on how much it costs. But if it's something that does 3 damage, then I'm dead. They also have Boris Charms. They have Lightning Helix. Pew! So they need a one card in hand that does 3 damage. Oh, they screwed up! They screwed up and they died. That's so funny. They already made that mistake once and then they did it again. That's such a tilt. That's brutal. Okay, so we should have lost this game, but we'll get to go to game 3. So I'm not going to be mad about more content if they had just waited. And the really funny thing about it, Jen and I, is they already did that once this game. My opponent is definitely grieving now. I'll take it. Opponent's staying in the game just in case we miss the attack step, so let's not do that. Opponent said, sorry. I say, no problem. No, they just said sorry. I don't know what for, but it's okay. Yeah. There's decent humans on Magic Online sometimes. What is this card called? Etching of Kumano. Maybe they're Canadian. Probably. No, they're Spanish. And then they said they're very stupid. Let's screenshot the wholesome chat. Out here just screenshotting wholesome chats, yo. I mean, this hand is very promising. Actually think this hand may not have been a keep. But we'll see. Maybe they have a slightly slower hand because they are playing like Case of the Crimson Pulse or whatever. Like they're playing some slower, grindier cards, so maybe we get lucky. Double land. Woof. Well, hopefully that's what they wanted. It's possible that they're flooded in their hand and they actually wanted to draw non-lands. Satoru, not the best draw. I'm definitely going to play Copter here. It's just too easy for them to just snipe the Gifted Aetherborn and just keep on chuggling. Like, I'm going to hold this for a minute and see if we can bait out some removal first. Just for one, huh? What is in their hand? Light up the stage. Play with fire. Kumano faces Kakazan. So, yeah. Yeah. So gonna play Satoru this turn. Red cap melee. Okay. What? 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 If a non-red this isn't red. Interesting. I don't think that's supposed to work that way, but I wouldn't be surprised to find out I'm wrong. But that doesn't seem right. Oh, there we go. It wasn't dealt damage because of Soulscar Mage. That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. Thank you, chat. Amazing back-to-back interactions. I mean, that one was actually a combo, right? Like that one was beneficial for them. Na 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 na. Wow. Well, their hand sucks. That's good. They have stone nothing. Remember that thing where I said earlier that they were flooded? They were really flooded, and they drew 2 light up stages. Oh, slick shot. Okay. It's good news. No attacks. Whoa, boy. Okay, it's nothing. This doesn't do anything relevant right now. But it does tap for no pain. I'll leave back the bat in case they bring in the slick shot here. I know I don't get to gain 1 life. I probably should have attacked because slick shot, like, they don't have any spells in hand. Really? Wow. I don't know if they know what Death Touch does. That's fair. Maybe they don't know what Death Touch does. Whew. Both sides flooding like crazy. I think it benefits me more than them, but we'll find out at some point. Secure Satoru, sure. I'm taking this because the bat is super useful if I draw a Raffine. But this is... I mean, good draw. Too bad about the rest of my draw, but... Am I ahead on this race? I think I am. Yeah, we shock here. I think I'm ahead on the race. Not booting up Den is a great sign. Oh, we're not even in combat yet. Never mind. Nothing to see. Listen, there's no point in me. There's no point in me trying to bluff or anything. Like I don't think. Yeah, we're just gonna kill that. I don't think there was any point in trying to bluff. Like yeah. Like bluff that I don't have interaction, then they get to smash me for 5 and potentially more with this slick shot and they get to keep the goblin token. Like yeah. I mean, it's definitely a super sus or whatever. Like it's a very transparent play, but it's like, well, what other choice do I have? I certainly think so, Jen and I. But I'm pretty sure the chat was mostly saying it because it's funny to see it, where it's just like, clearly I have interaction opponent. I don't know what to tell you. I have interaction. They're hanging back. That's wild. Woo! I guess we'll take it. I'm just gonna go in with this guy. I thought it was a pretty good laugh, Jen and I. Maybe I sound like a supervillain. Yeah, that was an idea, Jen and I, but I think holding the fatal push can result in a better, cleaner game win. If that, I don't. Like, they didn't have interaction for my Hive last turn, and I guess I would kill them this turn if I had. Wow, this is unreal. Yeah, I probably should have just gone all in, huh? But I'm committed now, so. Did I kill you? Red Cap melee. I did not. I would have won the game this turn if I had gone for it that way. So that's worth noting. Yeah, that's definitely a punt. And then I threw good money after bad money by not doing it this turn too. Why is Red Cap melee in their deck? Like, why did they sideboard it? Don't know. Couldn't tell you. Seems like a poor choice, or a not particularly good choice. It's good if they draw this many lands. I don't think that's true. So the combos with Soul Scar? That's true. They don't normally have to sacrifice. I'll take the hit. If they want to cast the light up the stage, they already had it. Monstrous Rage? Monstrous Rage? You're playing it, right? They might go Boros Charm for double strike. No, that's one less damage than casting it for four damage to the dome. Please rage. We'll see. Monstrous Rage. Nothing to see here. No stages being lit. Nothing, huh? Okay. I mean, this is unreal, right? This is something else. This really... This is more unreal than the video game engine that bears its name. There's a part of me that thinks that one of the last cards in their hand is Boros Charm because that gives indestructible. So as long as they're not pushing lethal here, I'm taking the hit. There it is. Okay, no second Boros Charm is big. Although Skewer, Helix. I lost that game. I chose to lose that game because I didn't attack those 2 turns. I really thought that I was going to be able to draw out better than they were. And I just didn't. Yeah, we were supposed to lose game 2, so it was kind of... But I think typically you should win that matchup with this. Not sure. I mean that last game was just ridiculous draws on both sides, so I don't think it was a very accurate description of what should happen in that matchup. But anyway, if you're watching this in the future on the YouTube, make sure you hit that like button, smash that subscribe button. Tell me about any choices you would make in this deck. Tenacious Underdog didn't really ever come out of the graveyard, so I would be excited to play another Gifted Aetherborn in its place. Graveyard Trespasser also never flipped and doesn't seem like a particularly great card, so I would play maybe the third Gifted Aetherborn, just because this seemed like a pretty good card through it. And then we might be playing too many lands. I'm not actually sure. But because we sometimes had problems like actually drawing business. So maybe what I would do here is go play another Aetherborn or two and then cut exactly one land. I'm going to cut exactly one land, and it's going to be probably... Everything's so even. I really don't want to cut one of the swamps in case we run into mono black. This is probably a Plaza. We just cut exactly one Plaza for the last Smuggler's Copter. So this is probably how I'd change the deck list and just kind of streamline it a little bit. We also didn't do a lot of bringing back Forsaken Miners, and we didn't do a lot of triggering Satoru at all. So this whole Satoru angle is probably a little bit misguided. So we were 3-2. Our losses were to Niv, and then that last one against Red-White Prowess. Anyway, we're going to move on to playing this Blue-White Satoru Humans deck. But as I said, if you're seeing this in the future on the YouTube, make sure you hit that like button, smash that subscribe button. Check out any of the other videos I'm interested in, and I will see you there. Satoru could be scrap heap and better for it. Yeah, almost definitely. But Satoru is the brew round card for this, and